Good morning, everyone, and welcome to week 2. This video is just a quick little video. I want to go over a couple of things so that way basically you guys will get an overview for the week in addition to some things that I saw last week in some of the grading that I did. By now you should have be able to see your grades for last week. So definitely go into the My Grades area, which on your screen it should be about the third row. So if you see kind of where I'm pointing to, you'll go into the My Grades area and you should be able to see kind of where your grade is right now as of week 1. Okay. Really quickly, obviously the goal is going to always be for me to have grades done by sometime Monday afternoon, but no later than Wednesday. So those weeks where I'm having to read those longer papers, it just may take me an extra day or so. So your patience is always going to be appreciated. But I do want to always try to have your work back to you no later than Wednesday. So just keep that in mind, okay? And if there is ever a delay or, any type of technical issues or something like that, you'll always see a message from me that will pretty much tell you, hey, this is what's going on. I may need an extra day or so. So just kind of be on the lookout, and then I'll try to give you an anticipated date for when your grades will be posted. Okay, so keep that in mind. By now, you should have your subscription for Inquisitive. Okay, Inquisitive is super, super important. You are going to be doing quizzes every single week for that subscription. Now, I noticed that some students are using the trial version. That can come back kind of to bite you. I mean, and I hate to be so blunt about that. Sometimes with the trial version, it ends fairly quickly. So I'm not sure which versions, because it doesn't show me that, that you're using. Be careful with that. Okay. You want to go ahead and try to make sure that you have the full version of everything. So that way you don't get to the middle of the semester, which obviously for this, it would be, kind of week 4. And then you're not able to continue on with your studies. So please, please, please keep that in mind and make sure that, you make sure that you have the full version of both. Okay. Now, if you have the ebook, you should still have the version, that you need, so that it should still come with Inquisitive. So don't think that just because you get the ebook version that you won't be able to use or be able to get the Inquisitive version for your Inquisitive assignments. Just remember, that you need to have the code for it. If you haven't already registered, you do not have to purchase them separately, because I've had some students that, essentially they bought both. So don't do that, right? You should have gotten it in your book. So it should be in your Norton book. Normally the code comes right there in the front of that book, okay, along with obviously the little seal. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's fast forward here. Okay, so this week you'll have your portfolio. You'll have that every week. Every week you'll have a portfolio. And this kind of, allows us to not have to do so much writing, because you're reflecting each week. You're doing writing, you're getting used to it. And let's actually get in here. Hold on, let me just kind of scroll down a bit. Well, let me talk about it first, and then we'll go into it. You're reflecting, you're going over some different things and talking about the topic that you've been given. Okay. 2 key things, and you know what? I'm going to have to get on in here. Let's just get in here. Here we go. 2 big things that I'm seeing, and I guess I should have went back to week 1, but we're going to talk about it really quickly with week 2. 2 things that I saw last week. One thing was, there were some people that actually attached a Word document. Okay. You cannot do that. This is a journal entry, and what you're going to do is literally just copy and paste right into the journal entry box. And I'm going to click on that in just a second and show you. Okay. Now, the other thing is I'm seeing a lot of spelling and grammatical errors. Now, I always give a pass on that first week. So the first week is kind of like, all right, we're getting to know the system and we're kind of getting to understand kind of what we need to do. Week 2, I'm going to be grading a lot harsher. So when I am looking at your spelling and your grammatical errors and all those different things, I'm going to be not necessarily looking for perfection, but if I see, where it's kind of lighting up the page that you really have a lot of spelling errors, I'll probably go easy on grammatical errors, like looking for comma splices and run-ons and things like that. But spelling errors are something that you can easily spot out. There's so many tools you can use. You can use a Word document to type your work, because it'll give you that little red squiggly underneath it. So you can utilize that and then, paste it into the box once you're done with it. You can use Grammarly.com. So there's different things that you can use to make sure that you're checking for spelling and grammatical errors. Okay. So there's no excuse. So after, pretty much after week 1, I do kind of cut the cord and I say, all right, let's make sure that we fix these issues. So you may see a lowering of your grade if you do not follow this. Now with week 2, it is a little different because you're having to do a list. Okay, so it may look a little different because you're doing lists about different things that you want to improve upon with your strengths and your weaknesses. But it still is going to still kind of follow the same order. It still, again, needs to, you need to be checking for any spelling or grammatical issues. So I'm going to show you really quickly what it should look like. Okay, so once we click on the student portfolio, okay, you are essentially just creating that journal entry, and you can really just put student portfolio 1, and I'm not going to type anything special. We're just going to kind of type some little jibber jabber here. Okay, once you kind of type in there, and honestly, again, if you use a Word document, you can just go in and click Control V on your computer. If you're using a Mac, you'll click Command V, and then pretty much paste in what you've got, right? You're going to scroll down. Uh-oh, got an alarm there. You're going to scroll down, and then you're going to post entry. Okay, here's the tricky part. I had some folks that thought that they posted their portfolio, but it didn't show up. So here's how you know if your work is there. You will be able to see your writing. You'll be able to see all of it. You see how it kind of looks like a sheet of paper? So you'll be able to see your writing here. Okay. So unfortunately, if for some reason you think that you posted your student portfolio, but it doesn't post, and I can't see it on my end, you will get a 0 if that's by the end of the week you haven't corrected the issue by posting your journal entry on time. Okay. So if for some reason you're having issues and maybe you just can't figure it out, you need to send me a message way before Sunday so we can try to work out the kinks and figure out what the problem is. But I'm hoping that me walking you through, showing you how to create that journal entry, typing it in, clicking submit, that should help. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But again, this is literally what it looks like. That's all you have to do. And as long as you can see what you've written here, then you'll know, yes, okay, Miss Davis can see my work. Okay. All right, so let's get back out here. That should cover student portfolios for now. Let's talk about some other things. Okay, this week, of course, again, you have inquisitive activities. Each week, you're going to have about 3 inquisitive activities. And the reason why is because I like to cover, even though obviously you already know, right? You're in summer session. There's a lot of stuff we got to cover. So I do have to cram a lot of stuff into 8 weeks, and that can be very difficult. So I do have to give you a lot of quizzes. Spread it out if you can. You do one on Monday, do one on Wednesday, do one on Friday, or however you decide, but come up with a system, try to stick to it, make sure you're getting those done. I cannot tell you how much it'll hurt your grade if you only do maybe 1 that week. The other 2 will show up as a 0. So by the end, on that end date of 11/59, it calculates what your grade is, and that pushes into my grade book. So there are some people too that, and I'm believing that perhaps you guys haven't set up your inquisitive. I do not see a grade for. Okay. You will need to make sure that you click on this inquisitive activity link. Okay. So that way, and you'll click on it. You're not going to go straight to inquisitive. I need you to click on it from here within Blackboard, so that way it will bring your grade in. Okay, so that is pretty much, I know that sounds so weird, but that's how your grade gets linked to my grade book. So that way you'll be able to see it and it'll calculate into your overall grade. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure that you come into, and you can do it this week. It doesn't have to be week 1. You can go right through this link here, the Inquisitive Activities link. You'll sign in, and then it should link you to it. Okay. If you have any issues with that and you still don't see your grade, let me know. We'll try to troubleshoot and figure out what the problem is. Okay. The next thing is your argument discussion board. So I know there's a lot this week, y'all, and I'm sorry, but again, we have to cram so much in the 8 weeks that we have. So this week is going to feel like a lot, but I'm here with you every step of the way. Okay, so if you have questions, do not hesitate to send me an email. So the next thing is the argument discussion board. Essentially, the biggest thing I want to say about this, you're reading the article, Is Google Making Us Stupid? It's in the text. And I can't remember if I forgot to post the reading link to the pages. But if you go into, the text, you can actually look up what page it's on. But I will update that for you guys as well. So that way it'll be listed up here in the reading. Okay, so I'll make sure I get that up there. Now, pretty much for this one, you're just talking about, arguing, right? Because that article, I don't know if anyone has ever read it before. Essentially, it's talking about an argument about whether or not they feel like the internet and all this different technology is kind of making us stupid, pretty much. So you're going to be talking about your argument. You're going to learn how to ice a quote, right? You're going to incorporate it. You're going to cite the actual quote and then explain. And I'm going to post some more information because I don't think I put that in the notes section. So I'm going to add some information so that way you have it. The biggest takeaway for this that you guys need to know, make sure your initial post is 300 words. And then your replies, you have to have 2. They must be 150 words each. Okay, so it's not a combination of 150 words, 150 each. This is an issue I'm seeing with some of you guys. You're not doing the whole word count. And yes, I do take off points. So you will see discussion boards, other different things, especially even with the student portfolios. If you do not hit that word count, even if you are 10 or 20 words off, yes, you will get points off. And normally I take off about 10 to 15 points. It depends on what type of assignment it is. So please keep that in mind. As for the week 2 quiz that's due this week, you have about 50 questions. They're multiple choice and true false. Please look at the notes and PowerPoint presentations. And then of course, also make sure that you read your work, read the chapters for this week. Now here's the biggie, and I feel like I'm running out of time here. The process reflection paper. So with the process reflection paper, this week you are talking about a process. And let me see if I can kind of pull this up. Yes, I can. All right. So I try to make it simple with this. And some years ago, well, not years ago, maybe some semesters ago, I actually changed up the prompt. I used to allow students to pick their own prompt, but I found that students used to struggle with this assignment because they were confused about, okay, well, what type of process should I write about? So the easiest way to fix that or combat that was to come up with a good prompt. And this is, I think, a very good prompt for you guys to think about. Enrolling here at JCC and then just writing about the step-by-step process that you went through with pretty much enrolling and getting here. Okay. Follow the directions on it. This paper needs to be in MLA, it can be, a little over 1 page. You have to remember that this does not include your MLA headings at the top. So you're going to end up at least with about 1/4 of a page on the second page. Okay. That is, and I do look at page length. So my suggestion is to write your page out first, then add your MLA heading at the top. If you're missing that MLA, if you look at the rubric, because it is attached to this assignment, you will see that you will get a lot counted off if you don't have an MLA formatted heading and all of that good stuff. Please use your book. I have a folder in here in Blackboard, and let me just kind of go out here really quickly because I'm running out of time. I have about a minute. All right, so and gosh, I can't even see the folder anymore. There's an MLA and writing tools folder. Use this folder. I have some cheat sheets. I have an English MLA model. All these things are here to help you to put your paper in MLA. Okay, so use all these tools. Okay, I can't stress that enough. They're here for you for the semester. Okay. The other biggest thing really quickly is to make sure that you submit your final in a Word document. It must be Microsoft Word. It cannot be a PDF. It cannot be Google Docs. It cannot be Pages from a Mac. It has to be a Microsoft Word document. If your paper is submitted any other way, it will be a 0. Okay, and that's no exceptions. If you have questions, please let me know. I had to go really fast, but have a great rest of your day. And let me know if you have any questions about any of this.